Right, let's get you an update now on how the IEC's final voter registration weekend is progressing. We're joined by Chief Electoral Officer Sy Mamabolo, who joins us live from Pretoria via our video link. A very good morning to you. Thank you so much for your time. I mean, you have had a press briefing this week, really talking about your expectations as the voter registration weekend gets underway. We're sitting on the final day. What are the numbers looking like?
Well, we've not finalized our assessment of the numbers, but we think that we can still do more, and we really want to use the opportunity you're giving us this morning to make that last call to people that if you've not registered yet, please do go to the voting station early enough today, because we do expect afternoon rain. So take advantage of the facilities that are out there. In terms of the logistics and the performance of staff, we're quite happy. Our logistics are holding well, and our staff are performing their duties as trained, and we are quite comfortable with that. We just need people to come out in their numbers. And this is important because even if you are registered, you may only vote at the voting station in which you are registered, unless you pre-notify us. So it's important that people get their registration point correct so that there are no frustrations on election day.
Yeah. As you urge people to come out in their numbers, I know that you've been at pains to emphasize that specifically young people who are the missing majority of voters should also come out and contribute to shaping the future. As you make that call and you continue to do so, why is it so important for the segment to really show up?
It's important for this segment to show up for a number of reasons. Firstly, because of the current underrepresentation of them on the voters' roll. But secondly, the fact that if young people don't take part in our democracy, therefore it means we have a democracy without a future. Our democracy and its sustenance is dependent on their current and future participation. So them being on the voters' roll is of crucial importance for the country.
We also know that there were some problems, especially looking at the Northwest when it comes to protests taking place around voter registration centres and some concerns there around service delivery and others. How have you approached that as you will be closing today on the voter registration weekend?
Well, we urged the leadership of local government, which is charged with direct service delivery to communities, to engage the relevant leadership in those communities to ensure that there is an understanding and that a way is found to allow us to operate. But should that prove to be impossible, registration will continue at the offices of the IEC as well as on the online platform. So in the regrettable event that we still are not able to operate there, then people can go to the local office of the IEC. Our preference, however, is that people come today to the voting station, check their details, register if not already registered, because those registration facilities are within communities. They are within walking distance of where people live. So they are very convenient, which is why we urge people to make use of them.
And when it comes to just tracking abroad and the registration in that space, what is coming out as a matter of interest as you look at the numbers and you look at the pace of that process?
Well, we just have over 30,000 people registered on the international segment of the voters' roll. London mission has the highest number of people registered at over 7,000. So what is important for us is that we've given facilities, we've made facilities available. There's an ongoing online registration facility which can be used by our compatriots who are outside of the country. So we really are willing to assist them, and we've made facilities to assist them.
You made mention this week that the voters' roll has surpassed the 27 million mark, which speaks to some strides that have been made in that space. Was that meeting your expectations, or are you still hoping to exceed that figure?
No, we hope to exceed the figure. It's an important milestone, worthy of celebration, yet we still believe that a lot more can be done, which is why we're making a call. It's really an impassioned call to South Africans still not registered to make their way to voting station in the early part of today.
And with this call that you continue to make, and today being the final day, what are some of the challenges that you say you're facing as you wrap up this second day?
Well, we're happy with our partnership with Home Affairs, that they are operational and so on, but there are still people without the requisite identification documents. And again, we asked them to go to Home Affairs offices this morning and secure the temporary identification certificate, which can be used for purpose of registration as well as for purposes of voting. So if you don't have an ID, it's not like it's a hopeless situation. Home Affairs is operational and is able to assist you today, and you can then make your way to the voting station with the TIC, the temporary identification certificate.
Very well. Thank you so much for your time. Let's perhaps leave it there for now as we are watching the final voter registration weekend coming to an end today. And, of course, the IEC's Chief Electoral Officer Sy Mamabolo urging all South Africans who are eligible from all walks of life to ensure that they register to vote and take advantage of that opportunity.